Have you ever needed a lot of XP, but you didn't want to go through the process of building a crazy farm to get there? Well, that means you're in the same boat I am. I'm here Sunday morning recording this video to go live in just a couple hours, and I need a farm that is sweet and simple so I can actually repair my tools. Right now, they're not looking quite as bad or as shabby as they were looking the other day, because as the server's resident homeless man here on SlackVille, I have to go up to my neighbors and ask for help. And they've graciously given me some time to XP repair all my tools and armor. And even given me the helpful helping of food, which I am running out of now. But Tomato has convinced me, my little friend here, that we need actually an XP farm of our own, you know? We need to branch out, make like a tree, and put our roots down, and that starts here in the shopping district of SlackVille. And I guess we could do a little server tour while we're at it, you know? I was just looking at this gorgeous portal here. I can't take credit for it, in all honesty. This is built by Helen, one of the server mates here on SlackVille, and she's done a beautiful job with the purples and the blacks, and that's actually endstone. I don't really use endstone myself in a lot of builds. It's super impressive that it works there, and of course, this beautiful area here, on the bridge, City Hall over there, the dock. Of course, we've got a beautiful clock house. Clock house? We've got a beautiful clock tower right here. Can you tell I haven't slept at all? I've drank almost an entire pot of coffee. I'm a little wired, you know. So, I might be a little crazy here. Is this going to be worth it to put in a video? We'll just go with it. This beautiful, beautiful clock tower here was built by Bird off of a design that we had on the last season. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I think Tomato agrees. You can see happiness in his eyes. So, we'll get to enjoy some of the beautiful builds here in the shopping district as we're wandering on over to buy some new blocks, because they're going to go wonderfully with the farm design I have in mind. I've been feeling a bit nostalgic lately, you know? I was watching some videos on old Minecraft stuff, revisiting some of my old content. I don't have quite the YouTube library, but I have recently passed 1,100 hours of Twitch streaming. That is a ridiculous number. I can't even fathom how much I've streamed over the past couple of years, you know? And I really haven't been in the top of my YouTube game for a number of reasons. But like I said, Tomato has really convinced me to get back at it again. And I can't let my friend down, you know? He's looking for new friends to add to the pile. I mean, no, he would never add you to the pile, of course. Tomato's friendly like that. I mean, just look at that friendly screen he has going 24/7. What's that, Tomato? We're here? Perfect. This is Coolish Cougar and Mammoth's shop here. And up here on the top floor, they're selling blaze rods. That may not be the most glamorous of block items, but thankfully for us, it should work out. Oh, they got an ATM. It should work out perfectly, because we can use blaze rods to make copper bulbs. One of the latest and greatest blocks here in the 1.21 update. Or is it 1.20? I don't know. You know, one of those numbers. There's so many numbers now. I've been playing the game too long. Who knows? It's been added every game. Every update. I'm always like, wow. I've been really playing with the crafter as well. Got a video up on that. I should say it's short. And yes, I'm actually going to buy this. A whole stack of blaze rods. Or mozzarella sticks in this case. For just 3. Because that's all the bulbs I need for this build. And they're like decorative bulbs too. They're not high-end functionality. But they'll work well with the design I have. Like I said, been feeling nostalgic. So, when I was thinking about what farm design I wanted to go for XP, okay, I did pay them, just to make sure. When I was looking over farm designs of what I wanted to build, I was originally going to go for a guardian farm. They're relatively easy, super compact, and there's an amazing XP design that just blows almost every design out of the water. But I really don't want to go in the water, if I'm being honest. I'm not a fan of getting wet right now, you know? I've drank enough coffee to swim like a fish for days, so we're gonna, hopefully, avoid the water. We may not. We actually may end up splashing a little bit, building the design we're going for. Because a long, long, long time ago, the very first XP farm I ever built, and maybe the one you built first, you know, if you've been playing Minecraft a while, or maybe even if you just started, was a dungeon XP farm. Dungeons are these itty-bitty square rooms with little spawners and, like, 2 loot chests. You know, they're made of cobblestone, they spawn everywhere in the overworld. They're pretty much the prototypical Minecraft, well, structure, right? They're one of the oldest structures in the game. Been there practically since day 1. And now there are all these fancy new stuff in the game, like trial chambers, trial ruins, woodland mansions, and yes, I'm gonna count that as new, because compared to, you know, dungeons, it is new. And no, not Minecraft Dungeons, the game. That's what these structures are called. They're dungeons. Well, I'll show you here in a minute when we get back home. Thankfully, home is not too far from the shopping district. It's right over here. I'm also gonna try something new-ish with this video and record it all in one take. I really don't like editing. It's my least favorite thing to do when I make videos. So we're going to try to do this all straight from the beginning. And thankfully, we should have everything we need now. So once we pop through a portal, we'll ignore my base. You know, close your eyes, guys. It's actually pretty embarrassing. You know, I'm living in a hole in the wall. You can open them now if you close your eyes, I guess. I live in a hole in the wall on the edge of an ice biome, specifically one of those iceberg biomes. And yes, that means there's water below me at all times. I think this is the most dangerous biome of the game, if I'm being honest. And that's not a good thing. I didn't pick it because it was dangerous. I picked it because it was pretty. And the consequence is I'm starving to death at every moment. I have to kill polar bears to drop fish to make food. That's how bad it is out here. I don't get well, I get dogs way over there. I don't get any passive mob spawns whatsoever, other than polar bears. And I think they're more like a neutral mob anyway, so... I was thinking dogs because one of the things we're going to look out for while we're over there is dogs. I need to tame another dog. What are the new dog mobs? Here we go, see some food, right there. Easy peasy. Cheesy squeezy. Sweet cheese. I only have 5 carrots left, so... we're going to have to kill fish and eat it raw like we're Smeagol. But right here is where we're going to build my mega base this season. I'm really going to try to rush it, because I want to get it out as fast as possible. It's going to be a wonderful design that spans this entire canyon here. You can already see that I've started a little bit of it, just to feel it out. It's going to be huge. So, if we want to make any progress on this build, this massive castle floating in the sky with ice underneath, if you want to see a little bit of the design process of that, you can watch me on Twitch. Like I said, I have 1,000 hours, so... I'm something of a professional when it comes to Twitch. But we'll save this for a little later. Like I said, we're going to need to dig out lots and lots of blocks, and that comes with having to repair my tools. So, step 1 of the master plan today is to build an XP farm. So I think it's actually right below us, down there, in the Wa. Let's see, let's review the coordinates. Yeah, we're actually really close. Which is, unfortunately, means we're going to have to take a dip. I tried to avoid water, and we're back. Once again, I've interrupted my own train of thought. So, speaking of nostalgia, which I mentioned way earlier, I have been working on looking at my old content to review what I want to do with my channel and how I want to approach stuff. And I've started making new videos, tutorials, and stuff like that on all sorts of content. Let's just jump into it, you know. By it, I mean into the water. And one of my oldest tutorials is on this dungeon farm. The same design we're going to be going for here, just modified to accommodate 2 different spawners. Ooh, diamonds. Is that a hole? Oh, is that what I'm looking for? No, that's lava. Which I need to block up, because I don't want to burn. We're actually even closer. I've just given up on that one clip idea. I spent some time lighting this area up, because it is right above our spawners. And we're actually so close. I could taste it, you know, as long as I don't get lost in the last stretch here. It should be, like, right below us here. Like, if I dig straight down, I believe the spawner is right there. And I've probably activated it, and there's a million skeletons in there. So, doggo, watch my back. We're going in. Right? It better be here? Better? No? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I got lost again, and oh no! Doggo! No! I got so lost again. Okay, I've just given up entirely on one clip. It's never gonna work, you know. I'm editing as we go, so it's not too bad, but it could be a lot better. Okay, one torch should be good enough. I was kind of worried for a second there that Tomato had given us terrible instructions. He just didn't know where he was going, you know. At least one of us in this relationship needs to know where we're going. And it better be Tomato, because I certainly don't. But he is right. It is here. I was underneath of it. How did I get underneath of it? I was supposed to be up there. And my dog is now not where it should be either. Okay, we gotta clear the other one. The other one's actually right over here. I have recorded so many clips, I don't even know what I was talking about last. Oh, there you go. Go get him. You better not kill my cat dog thing, whatever it is. No! Why do they hurt so bad? Take that! Close your eyes. Don't look! No! I've given it the ultimate sin! So after that, I had to take a little bit of break from recording and just carve out the spaces we're going to need for both of our spawners here. As you can see. I've got one behind me and one over there. Because the dog's death sort of shook me a little bit. And we're going to call it a work accident. Or maybe dying in the honorable field of battle. That's what Tomato and I have come up with. And I think you would agree that that's definitely what happened. Don't pay attention to what happened at the bottom right of the screen. No, don't rewind. Don't go look. No. They died to zombos. It was tragic. And in a time-honored Minecraft tradition, we're going to have to build them a grave. Not right now, as I don't have the materials for it, and I want to do something tasteful. Now that Tomato and I have cleaned up a little bit, we could sort of do a remaster of that one tutorial I did a long time ago on how to take advantage of these spawners. So if you really want to take advantage of the spawners in your world, be they trial chamber or dungeon spawners like we have here, you're going to need these materials to really pack a punch. And it's not a lot at all. Just a little bit of redstone, a little bit of water, a trident, so you could do a trident killer, and of course, some blocks to build with. All the other blocks down here are strictly blocks that are extra. For example, we can have an extra fork to really add to the punch of our build, so it kills the things a little faster. And the rest here is strictly for lighting purposes. We can just light stuff up with torches, which is what I've done here so far, but if we want to take it to the next level, we can use the new copper bulbs to light them up directly from our spawning space, which is going to be right here. So we can see, we can activate both our spawners, if I stand in the right spot, directly from here, both doing the little swirly swirl, so we can get double the spawner fun from this one location. There are other places in the world you can get 3 spawners, and maybe even 4 if you're really lucky. But for now, we're just going to stick with this dual spawner setup, since it's so close to my base. My base is literally right above this. And that's another convenience factor of both of these. You don't have to travel very far, usually, to find any spawner in your world. They're practically everywhere. So let's grab these basic materials. And I already started a bunch of the work on both sides, like digging these spaces out. And what we're going to do, if we're playing Bedrock at least, is dig out 4 spaces in every horizontal direction from your spawner, which I've done here. Then 2 spaces up, because our mobs are 2 blocks tall, and they could spawn 1 block above our spawner. We want to give them the headroom they need. And then at least 3 blocks below. They might get stuck doing something like this on the spawner, but eventually they'll get past it and flow down to our killing area. So I started the back with water, which is why we need all these water sources here, at least 2. And that allows the mobs to flow to this lower level, which is, again, down 2 blocks so they can't jump back up. 1 block here, water source block that is, allows them to flow forward, and another water source block allows them to flow towards our kill spot, right? We want to collect the XP while we're AFK, so we want to get them near that spot right there where the trident killer will be. So, we got to bring them up. And that starts with our trapdoors here. No, yeah, trapdoors and our fences and all that other fun stuff. If we place 2 fences down here, a block lower than our elevation here. When mobs land on the fences, they go down half a block, just because how fences work. Then, we could place our buttons here and here to prevent flowing water from our bubble column getting over there. Speaking of bubble column, we could break this block here and place our soul sand, and then take our water up. Once you've brought your bubble column up, and of course the blocks that are supporting it so it doesn't leak everywhere, you want to make sure you can bring it over to our killing chamber, which is going to be right there. We AFK here, there'll be a trapdoor here, and another one that flaps right here that kills our mobs. You can see I've already brought our zombies over from here. So we're going to bring our skeletons over from here to there. You do want them to be able to drop into that spot, so it's important that they're, you know, at least 2 blocks off the ground when they drop into here. In this case, I took that one to 4 and that one to 6. So if we climb up here, we could start navigating our dudes over. We do want to make sure there's space for our mobs. Thankfully, zombies and skeletons are both the same height as the player, so 2 blocks tall, 1 block wide. Spiders, though, are a little bit more of a hassle because they can climb, and their hitbox is different, being 2 wide, 1 tall. And then, of course, you have baby zombies, which do spawn in the trial chambers now with spawners, and poison spiders, which have 1x1 hitboxes. And that just makes everything a little bit more nasty. Once we have this in place, we can place our buttons here to prevent the water from flowing. Once we place our water back here again, just like this, you can see our water flows out. Oops, didn't place them all in the right spot. Here we go. And drops our mob directly into the killing chamber. Next, we're going to complete our killing chamber a little bit like this, just to bring the walls up. And now we can focus on actually stabbing our mobs to death. So actually build our Trident Killer. We'll place a single trapdoor here. This is, again, the one that'll flap and actually end our mobs. Next, we'll place this here, and another trapdoor on the top level, like this. So we can close it like this, to prevent them from stabbing us, and to allow the XP to flow out from underneath. Next, on top, we're going to place another trapdoor here. And then, might be easier to place a block there. We're going to place another trapdoor like this on the top half of the block. And that allows us to complete our Trident Killer set up here like that. We can open these and now throw our Trident down when we're ready. Next, we're going to actually work on the mechanism that does this damage. And that involves 2 observers, and I might place these wrong, but we do like this. Yeah, it's mad at me because we're too high up. If we go like this, and like this, we could create an observer clock. We don't want this running constantly. That's a headache and a half. So we're going to place a sticky piston here, a lever on top, and then we can retract our observer to prevent the clock from running. Then we can complete our last couple blocks in the chamber itself, like that. Make sure it's all sealed up. You don't want anything escaping. That would be bad. And now we can throw in at least 1 fork, like this. We want to aim for the middle, and we don't want to flap. We don't want to flap the trapdoor after we deploy it. Thankfully, we also have a second one here that we can deploy. We'll do the same thing. We gotta be careful. If we're too close, we'll pick it up automatically. Something like that. Then we could close those, and now it should be ready to do all the stabbing. One of them isn't moving back and forth. You gotta play at the placement a little bit. Once you hear the jiggling and they start repositioning themselves, that's how you know that they've done them right. I'll correct that here in a second. But now we need to focus on, well, the extras. Because this is actually the farm complete now. What we could do is remember to seal these doors off, and actually add in some extra lighting. On top of these, we need to make sure there are no blocks, because mobs could spawn directly on top of this. And for that, what we're going to do is we're going to use our copper bulbs and all this other stuff we grabbed earlier. Now we can place our copper bulbs, which should allow us to toggle our lights on and off pretty easily over here. And we're going to start that by placing our observer, which are pretty difficult to place, but if we do it like that, the red will be on the bottom. Then we can place our second to the last copper bulb right there, because I've already placed our other one on the other side doing the exact same thing. Now we can pillar up here. Thankfully, I've done most of the hard work by placing in our redstone snake. Add repeaters when necessary, because you need to extend your redstone occasionally. And then we're going to bring it all the way over here, which is where we're going to do a torch tower. It's very important to get these synchronized. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our bulb here. Place a button on it. This will be our toggle to turn it on and off. We're not going to place our comparator yet. We're actually going to do the torch tower now. So we're going to place a torch here and one here. This torch is on right now, and that's important. That means the other one needs to be on at the same time. So when we pillar up, we can place one there. That's off. Another one there. That's on. So it's powering this block, and now it's powering that redstone, so that's good. They're both being powered at the same time. Next, we got to check the states of both of ours. They're both off right now. No, that one's on. Of course. How did that happen? Well, they're being a little nasty right now, so what we're going to do is make sure they're synchronized. And honestly, the best way to do that is just to break one of them. When you break it in place, it'll just be off. So we're going to break this guy. Place him real quick, like that. Like I said, the synchronization is like the hardest part about using the copper bulbs, which is why it may not be even useful to actually add them. But they're pretty cool, and they're the new block added in the update, so why not? Why not? Then I've added some glass here. Mirrored glass, in this case. It's tinted glass. So light won't pass through. Now they're synchronized, both off, including this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a comparator, like this. Again, they're all off. But if I did everything right, we power this. That one didn't toggle. It's mad at me. So we have to do some on-the-fly redstone engineering. Oh, I know I did wrong. Yep, it's actually got to touch the observer. That's the trick. Something like that. There we go. Now if we pop down, it might be desynced again, but that's okay. We can fix that. Yeah, they're desynced again. So we got to break this one and replace it. That's okay. We need to bring our pillar out anyway. We want to make sure our water's flowing. In this case, it doesn't want to, because there was a block in the way. So now we can place our copper bulb right there. Again, they're now all on the same wavelength, right? Yes. So, when we power this, all three of them should be on. So this one will indicate when all of them are on. Now we can get rid of the torches. They were just placeholders anyway. We're going to seal the room, so no light gets in or out. And now is the grand finale, and I've been waiting for this all night, if I'm being honest. Once the torches are gone, we could then turn it off from the AFK spot. Watch them flow in. As a quick reminder, something I forgot earlier, you may want storage for your stuff, so you could easily pop a hopper in here, right underneath that trapdoor, which is, again, another reason why we use the trapdoor, because it's just so easy. And we want to connect it into a chest like that. You can always expand the storage if you need to. It's really hard to do it here, because this is the bottom of the world, but should be good. Like that. Now we got some storage. Let's actually throw our tridents again, because I did pick them up. We need to step a little bit back so we can actually throw them without picking them up again. Then we gotta test it to make sure that they're gonna jiggle. And you can see they're jiggling, you can actually hear them clicking. It means it's working. Close it up, seal it all up, and hit the button. And then if we're lucky, we'll get spawns on both sides, because they're waiting for so long. We'll wait patiently. Come on. It'll take some time, because they actually gotta flow in. But once our mobs do, they'll be slaughtered by the Trident Killer. And then we have an XP farm. Just like that. There we go! I did pick up some loot. So we aren't close enough to pick up the loot directly from them. Can make sure that both of them are blinking when we're standing here. So, I hope you all had a great day today, and if not, there's always tomorrow. I'll have more videos just like this, and more in the future. Goodbye, everyone.